Well, hello people on the internet, my name is Kevin and welcome back to another video. Okay, so for today's video I'm going to be telling you guys my BookTube-A-Thon Wrap Up. And it was my first time to actually take part in the BookTube-A-Thon, and I'm really happy with how much I got read. I read 4 books, which is really good. I'm actually so proud of myself for reading 4 books. Because I was working for like 5 days this week, I had 2 days off to dedicate just to reading, and one of those days I actually didn't read the whole day. I ended up filming my skit video for how to cure a book hangover, which you guys have probably seen because it's uploaded now, and I actually just did that for the whole day. I didn't read it all, so even then I had 6 days and I read 4 books. So for me, I'm really happy with that, and congratulations to anyone out there who did 7. I know Ilse did, and I know a few other people read, someone read 8, so well done to you guys, well done. I don't know how you did it. I didn't even do any of the video challenges just because I knew with working and stuff I wasn't going to have time to do it and to read, so I just didn't take part in the video challenges. But maybe next time I take part in the BookTube-A-Thon I won't be as busy and stuff, and maybe I can take part in the video challenges. So I'm going to be showing you guys the 4 books that I read and which 4 challenges I managed to complete. So the first book that I read was The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling, and this was for the challenge of reading a book that is older than you. This was published in 1894, so it's well older than me, and this was 300 pages, so that was a good start, I think. I read this in one day and it was really good, but I gave it like a 3.5 stars out of 5, just because the story of Mowgli, which we all know from The Jungle Book, is only like 130 pages of this book, and then the rest of it is about animals that aren't even in the jungle. Like there's one about a seal. Because this is The Jungle Book, I was expecting to just read a whole story about Mowgli and Baloo and Bagheera, but it was only like a little bit of the book, which kind of disappointed me. So that's probably why I put the rating down, because I just wanted to read about those characters. But then again, I did enjoy the other stories about the other animals. Like it was entertaining and stuff, so I didn't like give it like a 2-star or something, because it was entertaining, but it's just because I wanted to read about Mowgli, and that's why I was like let down, because it wasn't what I was expecting it to be. But other than that, really enjoyed it, and yeah, I read this on the first day of BookTube-A-Thon. The next book that I read, I started at midnight when BookTube-A-Thon started, and that was Lord of the Flies by William Golding. I got 81 pages into this before I went to bed, and then I couldn't read it again until the next night, and I don't think I started reading it again until literally midnight, so it was technically day 2 of BookTube-A-Thon when I started it again. And I finished then that night, because it's only like 200 pages, so if you've read Lord of the Flies you understand why I couldn't put it down, because I just wanted to know what was happening, because this book is so twisted and dark and it's just crazy. So yeah, this was a really good book. It's about a bunch of boys that get stranded on an island, that's all I'm going to say. But it's just so crazy, and yeah, this counts for my book that you can only read after sunset. And I gave this a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. I just loved the symbolism of like the beast and stuff, and it was just so good, and the writing was just incredible. So yes, I really enjoyed this. The next book that I read was Will Grayson by John Green and David Levithan, and I absolutely loved this book. This book has a brand new place in my heart because I loved it so much. It's definitely my favorite John Green book of all time. I never thought that would happen. I thought Fault in the Stars would always be up there, but this has beaten it. I love it so much. And this counted for a read a book with yellow on the cover because it has the yellow there, the font and the side and stuff. It's about two boys called Will Grayson, and they live different separate lives, and then at one point they end up meeting each other and then stuff happens. But it's just such an amazing book, and I loved it so much. I laughed so much. The characters, I think that's why I love John Green's writing so much, is because of the characters. And I'm obviously a big fan of David Levithan too. I've read so many of his books, but I've never actually read a book that was just David Levithan. I've always done one where he's writing with someone else, like this with John Green and then with Rachel Kahn. But I've never read one of his own books, and I really want to, because I feel like he's going to be one of my new favorite authors as well, just because I really enjoy him. And this book was just amazing. I give it a 5 out of 5 stars. It's probably going to be in one of my top books of this year because I loved it so much. The final book that I read for BookTube-A-Thon was The Girl on the Train by Paula Hawkins, and this book blew my mind. This was absolutely amazing. Now, before you say anything, you might say, oh, if you like that, you're going to like Gone Girl. I've never read Gone Girl. I've never seen the movie of Gone Girl, and people say that this is like not as good as Gone Girl, but I have never read it, so I can't compare. So for me, I'm going just off of The Girl on the Train itself, and it was amazing. So many plot twists, so many twists and turns that I did not see coming. I'm lost for words. Like, it honestly blew my mind. I started this on the Saturday after I finished Will Grayson, and I finished it last night, just before BookTube-A-Thon finished. I could not put this down, and I had to work on those 2 days, and I still managed to finish it. So amazing. And if you don't know what this book is about, I'm just gonna say it's about this girl that gets a train every day, and she watches this couple that she goes by when she drives on the train, and something happens, and that's all I'm going to say. The movie is also coming out in October, and I'm so excited to watch that movie, but this was just amazing. This is also gonna be one of my top books of the year. I can already feel it. And I obviously gave this a 5 out of 5 stars, and this worked for the challenge of pick a book, read a book that you found through BookTube, because I did not know about this book until I seen it everywhere on BookTube and people were talking about it. Then when the trailer came out, everyone was talking about the trailer, and I was like, I need to read this book. So definitely something I discovered through BookTube. So those are the 4 books that I read during BookTube-A-Thon. Let me know down below how you did in BookTube-A-Thon, and other than that, I will see you guys all in my next video. So goodbye guys.